We are live. We are live. We are live. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me look over here in these comments. I've seen Super Dave. Y'all just over here chatting it up over here already. Y'all might have just me for tonight. I think Steve is a little tied up. LBG at work. I had another guy scheduled, but he got tied up. But let me tell you, it is during the spawn right now on several of our lakes down here. And as all of you know that's followed me for a while, I cannot stand the spawn. One day is awesome. 1 hour is awesome. A couple hours is awesome. 3 hours is awesome. But the least little bit of change, it shuts them off. And what I mean by that is Super Dave, not overlooking you, brother, but thank you for always being here. Let me get this little music turned off. Get this little music turned. I was sitting here jamming before we came on. But Super Dave, always here and always dropping the links, always over in the chat, answering questions. I really do appreciate you, brother. I must say that on every live. Slick, I seen Slick a while ago. Appreciate you, brother. Joey, if you're free, I'm gonna send you this link and come on here and join me so I don't be sitting here talking to myself. I'm gonna send you this link so I can have somebody to chat it up with. Have you been fishing? Is my question. Has anybody been fishing? I don't want to just talk about my reports. Let's everybody talk about their fishing, whether you caught fish or not. Let's talk about some fishing. Let's talk about some fishing. I see Steve. Steve made it. What's up,
Hey,
man?
what's happening, man?
Oh, I can't call it. I didn't think you was gonna show up.
Yeah, I just came back from the airport. I had to drop a car off.
Yeah, I knew you was
Yeah.
tied up.
Yeah.
So yes, sir. So what's been up on your end?
Nothing. Couldn't fish, man. The weather's shitty over here.
Is
Finally,
what?
tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow is the day.
We gonna have to ban Steve, y'all.
Yeah, the weather's got me pissed off.
God dang it.
Then Friday, they're saying 80-mile-an-hour winds.
80?
Yep, some bad storms. There was a bad storm
Wow.
came today, but it was south of us. Got lucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Yep.
looks like it's going to hit you guys like 11.
Well, it looked like it's. I looked at that line a while ago. Looked like it's gonna stay above us.
Oh, I looked. It's going to hit North Houston. I don't know how
Huh.
close you are. Yeah, the
Mr.
model.
Fahim. Yeah, I don't think I'm not sure it's gonna make it. I mean, I seen a line coming, but it looked like it's gonna be east of us to where it's gonna be bad. We may get some wind, but I didn't see any rain.
Yeah.
Any rain. We're supposed to be getting rain Friday, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
But I was just talking about this time of year. I just, man, I hate the spawn. I hate it with a passion. Uh, the least little thing, the wind picks up, the wind change direction, anything,
Right.
it shuts them off big
Right.
time. Uh, I've been seeing some fish, up shallow, but man, it's so tough getting close to them.
Right.
And I didn't whoop my 14 out. It's hard enough to show people how to use a 12-footer. Most people don't use long rods,
Right.
but if you live scoping, it's almost a must,
Well,
especially if you're on a lake to where it's casting and pitching and
right.
all that stuff don't really
Yeah,
get
I
the
don't like
job
using
done.
them, but I'm using them now.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yep.
it's almost a must.
Yep.
I
If you
mean,
want to catch crappie, you got to adapt, and that's what I'm
yep,
doing. Yep.
right
Yep.
now, even on the shallow fish, usually when these fish are shallow, they're super aggressive. They don't take a lot of enticing But right now, man, we're having to get that jig. I mean, right there, just dance it a little bit.
Mm.
And I'm not talking about 5 seconds. I'm talking about sometimes 30 seconds.
Hmm.
And the least little thing, the least little wind push you. Sometimes you'll see that tail wag a little bit, and that pushes them a foot or so.
Yeah.
Then you got to reposition your boat and all of that. Joey, what's happening, my man?
How's it going? Y'all hear
Hey,
me
what's
okay?
happening, man?
Can
Good,
hear
good.
you well.
Yep.
Good deal.
Have you been out?
I have, you know what? I've been so busy. I've been stealing an hour here and there, just going to the backyard pond fishing. But,
That's
you know,
fishing.
yeah,
I wish I
yeah,
had it like that.
yeah. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah,
Yes,
One,
sir.
I don't think I've been since the live last week.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
the weather's been like
Yeah, yeah,
had a couple casino runs.
yeah.
Mhm.
But man, my clients today, uh, he was on the lake. He got a boat fish Lake Houston. He caught fish in about 2 foot of water uh, yesterday, and 2 foot of water. And I'm not saying you sitting in 5 or 6 foot of water hitting the bank. They was in a little shallow area where it was consistently 2 foot of water, and they were just pitching a cork and jig. So we tipped in there today. I mean, I worked my tail. I mean, we went so many places today that it is unreal. And ended up with they were very happy. It was really a a, a, a training, a live scope training trip. But even when I do that, I still want the client to end up with a really nice sack of fish. But man, I'm gonna tell you, those fish are on a different level. Uh, I think the big fish of today was caught 1 foot under the surface in about 6 foot of water. Now imagine how tough that is. She's 1 foot under the surface. So you I mean, you barely seeing your jig.
Yeah, it's like Grenada. They do that a lot. Sunbathe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's just crazy. And just about all of the bait, you look at the very top of your screen, they at the very all of this
Mhm.
is, and it tells me why the fish were there. One other thing that all this week I've been on Houston and Conroe, man, that tree pollen, the wind's been blowing pretty good down here. And that tree pollen, I had a guy at the ramp yesterday on Conroe. He was like, "Man, something happened to my unit. It's all foggy up at the top." I said, "No, it ain't nothing wrong with your unit. It's just
hmm
tree pollen.
Right.
I mean, it's bad. And the
Yeah, we
harder
don't
the wind
really
blow,
get that over here.
the more wavy it is, the worse it is." But enough of me complaining. But I hate this time of year. I'm telling you, I hate
I had
this
a buddy.
fog.
He walked the bank, got a limit. I was like, dang, they're in the
Yeah,
creeks
yeah,
already.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's and if you live scope, you do trips with live scope. People want to see the fish. They
Hmm.
want to see their jig.
Right.
It's tough right now. And you can get you can troll down a bank and guess and pitch out there and just do the old school style. But how do you train clients to do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
That's never did it.
They can do that. You know what I mean? You want to produce for them too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
Yeah. I
don't
don't
want to
want to
be
play the
guessing.
guessing game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Unless you know they're there, then it's different.
Right. Right. Yep.
But it should be pretty good coming up. These warm nights. I see it's a warm night, so it
Oh
should
yeah.
turn
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. The water temp this
Yep.
morning on Lake Houston was 60 degrees.
Oh,
Yesterday on Conroe it was 59 and got up to like 62.
I said another week it'll be 65, hopefully.
Yeah.
It was 80s, 4 days in a row. It's 80s, Monday through tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think this bright moon's doing something
I
too,
know it.
SK?
They're probably eating at night.
I told my clients yesterday and today, a clear sky with a right at full moon or a full moon, those fish are very active at night,
Mm-hmm.
and they prefer it to be dark. They want that surprise element to be in their favor.
They want to
Yeah.
relax too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
No,
Yep.
they need time to relax and.
Exactly.
It
And they're
seems
relaxing
like,
during the daytime.
Yep.
yeah, it seems like you can gauge the fish bite off the mosquito bite when it's like this.
I'll know tomorrow because I am going tomorrow. I am going to be at
Mm-hmm.
the ramp at daylight. I haven't done
About
That's
the
that
cool.
probably a
about the time
year.
it's getting good in the backyard, I'm getting tore
Yeah.
up and they're running me out.
The
So,
last time
Yeah.
I launched at daylight was Crappie Fest last year.
Wow.
I'm an afternoon fisherman lately.
Yeah. Yeah. On Conroe yesterday, uh it was a tough bite. And usually when it's a tough bite, if I have time, I go back out after my trip. And we fished out to about 12 foot of water. And I was like, man, I know for a fact, we checked several shallow areas with a bunch of stumps, and we just did not find the fish shallow. I was like, they got to be deeper. We looked at some deeper stuff when I had my class on the boat, but all we could find was in about 8 to 12 foot of water, heavy structure. It had to be a lay down, a full tree, something. And if you look down in the inside of that tree, you can't get a jig to them. But and I'm not saying on top of the structure you can see them, but if you know how you far away you can see up under the structure,
Yeah.
you can see the fish. They're stacked up under there. But when you get up close,
Yeah,
you
you
may
can't
see
see 'em
two or
sometimes.
three. Because that bit
Yep.
you got all those branches and
Yep.
stuff blocking
Sometimes
your
I'll
beam.
back up and then look again and then try to figure where they're at.
Yeah, yeah. But it was so thick. I mean, it's just gnarly stuff up top, and you could see them
Yeah. I don't
down
really.
below.
Yeah. I just pass that stuff up.
Yeah,
I'm on
yeah. But
loose jigs and
that's the
I
only
just.
place I could
Yeah.
find them.
Man.
That was we. I'm gonna tell you, we beat up a few of those spots to where we squeezed the jig down in the inside, and that's where we got the majority of our fish from.
What's the weight on the jig head using it? 1/8.
16th.
Oh, okay. Not that.
Yeah,
Oh, it's not that deep.
yeah. No, it was 8 to 12 foot of water.
Oh, okay.
is that
But
blue and pink combo still what's working for you? Shut it
lemon
off, huh?
lime, lemon
Lemon
lime.
lime. Yeah.
Lemon lime now. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And that's another thing. But usually during the spawn, if they're aggressive, I don't care. You could throw a
Yeah.
Yeah.
cigarette butt down there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're gonna hit it. But right now, it's
Do they
just
have eggs or is it mostly males?
no. These it's about a 50-50 mix.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And the males, every now and then I catch a male that's colored up, but
Mhm.
most of them turn dark in the live well.
Right. Right.
So
It's
I
still
don't
a
think
little
it's.
early,
I
maybe.
think it's early.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I'm hearing reports like from a lot of people that they're just bank fishing
Yeah.
and doing really well.
Yeah. I know in Lake Waxahachie Creek, you do better on the bank than in a boat.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
buckbrush, you can't
Yeah.
get up in there.
Yeah. And it's just like catching. You see catching. He's putting some post up with some really nice fish
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just hit and miss though.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no no nothing set in stone with them right now.
Right.
Yeah, I was in one area on Lake Houston that helped me. They weren't shallow, but they were. It's like they were in a staging area.
Right.
But they've man, it's just nothing is consistent right now that I'm finding. Murdoch, have you been fishing? Is the question.
He hasn't had time.
Oh, he said that he hasn't had the time. Did you get your batteries replaced, Murdoch?
Super Dave, what's happening?
Joey, you were changing batteries out too, or was that somebody else I was talking to?
I was
I'm shopping
I
for
was
batteries.
giving input for somebody. Who was that? Was it LBG? Didn't LBG say he was about to get a lithium
Yeah, he
or
bought them.
something
He
for
bought
his?
them all.
Yeah, yeah, he
Yeah,
got one for his
I
troll
think
motor
he's
in.
got them all now.
Yeah, I think he do.
Yeah, I'm gonna get 236 volts. I've been shopping around.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 236s.
Yeah. Yes, sir. But it's been tough out there.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this: that direct sunlight right now feel like it's 100 degrees,
Oh yeah.
even though the temps only getting up to 80, 85. If you're in that direct sunlight, man, that sun I was thinking today, if it's uncomfortable for me, this is why they're hitting up on all this structure. Uh, and back when we were having all those cloudy days, I was finding fish just about everywhere, just parked on the bottom. They didn't care about structure. I was telling everybody, don't waste your time looking at big structure. But right now, uh, when you see that structure, you got to analyze it. So you got to pick it with a fine tooth comb,
Yeah.
or you're gonna look over fish.
Hey, JR.
Yep. But it's that time though. I mean, that early morning, if that water temp, around that 60-degree mark, it's gonna be some fish. Those early fish are gonna be there. Chuck said he fished yesterday, only had 2 keepers, windy, and ended up towing a couple guys. Hey, speaking of this, he said towing a couple guys 5 miles to the ramp. 5 miles. Took an hour and a half. My little 40 horsepower Honda pulling $100,000 bass boat. Let me tell you guys something. Any of you guys that fish Lake Houston, do not go out there ripping and running. I'm telling you. Today, there was a guy in a brand new boat, had like 4 teenagers with him, and the sandbar is exposed at the mouth of the East Fork, and guess what? He still ran up on it. And there's a giant tree sitting right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about, he's probably, I don't know, 20 feet from dry land, right in the middle of the mouth of the river. And when I seen him, I was like, hey, I can't help him. And then he's hollering, all of them waving their hands. I'm like, dude, I can't get to y'all. But they had an extreme. They had one of those blow up rafts. I guess they was planning on going pulling the kids around or whatever. So that the rope reached to me, but the boat was basically on dry land.
Wow.
So I tried, hooked up to my boat, tried pulling it 4 or 5 times. I can't do it. So I gave him Lake Patrol's number, and told him to call them. And I don't know, 15 minutes or so they were there.
Yeah.
And I mean, they stashed that boat. They stashed it, and that joker just right on out there. But they got that big old boat right. Them boats pack some weight, and they got a big old 250. I think it's a 250 they got on it. So they snatched him off the sandbar, and guess what? As soon as they unhooked the rope and all that, the wind blew them right back up on the sandbar.
Oh, man.
They couldn't even get off again.
I got stuck maybe 15 years ago on Lake Tawakoni. The lake was 9 foot low, and I hit a sandbar, and I couldn't get it out. Someone had to pull me out.
Oh.
I was like, man.
And look, after they did get cleared up, he jumps back on top. I mean, hauling it. And I'm like,
he didn't learn.
You just told me that you do not know the lake.
Right.
First time on Lake, and he's out there. And I told him, I said, hey, man, this lake is 2 foot low. You cannot do that ripping and running out here. But guess what? As soon as you get off the sandbar, boom.
Man.
You just can't help some people. Then we ran into another guy that was broke down, but as soon as we was getting ready to hook the tow rope to him, his old motor started up.
Hey, Joey, you got brakes, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about them?
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. Oh, you got power brakes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
on my power poles.
Did you buy what they call them? What's the ones called on your power poles? They're called
they're crappie brakes.
Crappie brakes or something.
What's that?
He's got a name for them if you're on your power poles versus the bracket that goes on your jack plate.
You mean other than expensive?
Slingshot or something. I was listening to a podcast he did, and he was talking about it. Yeah, I can't remember the name of them.
Yeah, Joey got his boat set up really nice.
Yeah. How many thrusts did you go with? 30s?
40s.
Okay,
I put 40s on it.
Okay.
Because when I get that bass boat and I yank them jokers off and put it on the new bass boat, I want it to be powerful enough. Because I won't sell that boat equipped like it is,
Right. That's what I did. I stripped my old one. Yeah, I got 45s. I went with 45s. You did the
What
nudge, or you did just the brakes? The front and
Just
the two buttons on the foot pedal, or one?
single button.
Okay.
Yeah.
and you can control the power you send to them too, right?
No.
What do you
It's
mean by the nudge? It has
Nudge is
whereas you can
forward
it'll
and
push you
back.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
mm,
But it only does it like it's not as powerful as reverse. Yeah, the way they set it up. You'll get, say you get 80 pounds going reverse. Going forward, you only get like half of that.
I get
Yeah.
my nudge is bumping that Minn Kota button.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was on this thing they were talking, and Terry Stewart, he's a Grenada guide, and he had brakes before Live Scope was even out. And what he used to use them for, in Grenada, they hide in that buck brush. So he would ram his boat in that brush and then use the rear trolling motors to get him out. Because he couldn't deploy a trolling motor because it was in them brush.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yep.
Yeah, I
he was
don't know.
the only one with brakes back then, and people were laughing at him until they saw the fish he was catching.
I've used those brakes to run away from fish that were trying to get in
Trying
my
to get up under
shadow.
your boat. Yeah.
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 I'm
Yeah.
like, no, hold on,
Yep.
let me put this jig in your face, and
Yep.
then I'll let you get under the umbrella.
Right. You think it's improved your fishing, the brakes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it location is everything.
Right.
I mean, where you 4 inches left or right sometimes is the difference between
Oh
a
yeah.
bite or not getting a
Yep.
bite. So I mean, you got to be right on
A
top of
couple
them.
inches, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've been chasing big fish probably for the last month or so. And oh yeah, 1 inch makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just pull it an inch higher and that fish will see it. I'm like, why didn't he see it? It's like right there on his nose. But it's just, I guess they're, like people, you're preoccupied with different stuff. And that fish is probably, his mind's going a mile a minute and just don't see the bait. And all of a sudden he sees it when I just moved it an inch, which is weird, but
Yeah.
that's crappie
I'll
fishing.
speaking on that, I'll tell you this today I had on that black diamond from when I fished Conroe,
Mhm.
and whatever I got on is what I start with. Fish bit it good first thing this morning, and then just like you're saying, they act like they couldn't see it.
Yep.
So we went to a pearl, caught a few fish, then they like they couldn't see it. Then I put that yellow mellow on there. Fish bit it, get up to the next few fish, act like they couldn't see it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then went to that lemon lime, and that's what lasted the rest of the day.
Finished up. Yeah, it's
So a
weird.
lot of times,
Real muddy or
I mean, it's off color, but it's
yeah,
not super muddy. Yeah. But if you look at, and a lot of times what I'll do is when I do change baits, I'll drop it down there in that water just to see what it looked like.
Yep, I do the
And
same thing.
that lemon lime stood out brighter.
And try to determine how deep you can see it. I
Exactly.
do the same. Every
Yeah.
color I change, I drop it in the water and I can see it 6 inches.
Right.
And in my mind, I'm gonna try to keep it 6 inches away from that fish. And then
Yeah.
I'll gradually go closer if I have to.
Yeah.
But I just want him to see a silhouette. I don't want him to see what it is, because then he's gonna change his mind.
On Lake Houston right now, what I feel that we're having to do, because if that bait is swimming, if that bait swings by the fish, if that bait moves away from the fish, that bait got to get right there, and it's like getting in his ear, just snapping
Right.
your finger.
Yep.
It has to stay there.
Yep.
And that when he gets upset, they're not eating the bait because they're hungry.
Right.
They're eating it because they don't want it. Get out of my ear. That's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And what another thing that I've seen is you get too aggressive with that jig,
Yep. Gone.
gone.
Yep. Same thing I noticed last time out. And sometimes I'll bring that jig from his tail and I'll sweep it over him from the back. But last time they didn't want that.
Yeah.
It had to come from the front.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. A majority of the fish I catch is coming over their shoulder.
Yep. These had to come from the front. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe a foot. And I gradually, break it and bring it back. Otherwise, and I'd sit it there over a minute a lot of times before they'll even bite it.
Mm-hmm.
But when they commit, they commit. Yeah.
Did you hear if they actually did close the gates on the dam today,
I
or
hadn't
they're going to
heard, but
actually do it tomorrow or Friday? I guess I heard.
I went way up the bayou today. We seen current at the mouth of the bayou,
Mm-hmm.
but we went up past 2100 today, and it's ripping up there.
Wow.
So they're still dumping water, and
Yeah.
it's lowered right now. Since they lowered the lake, it's the lowest right now that has been since they lowered it.
So it's even worse.
It's worse. But I will say
Doing
this:
repairs or something.
well, they said they're going to do a survey or something on the dam, but
It's some
I don't.
inspection.
Yeah, some type of inspection or something. But there were like 4 trailers at BJ's when I went over there to fillet the fish. So I mean, they're launching.
Yeah,
Probably John boats and stuff.
Airboats.
Well, these were it may have been airboats, but there were 2 trailers that were big.
There
boats.
was I kind of say that sarcastically, but the last time I was out, I hit bottom with my prop.
Yeah.
And it's shallow there anyway, but it was I mean it must have been less than 1.5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I ended up. Kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe about 20 feet from the cleaning table.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a little, I guess there's a little bit of a hump there or
that
something.
hump. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost in front of where that big barge is, that pontoon.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
I see you've hit it too.
No, I just see that it's shallow every time. Even when the lake is up, I was like, man, this is getting worse. It's getting shallow even when the lake is level.
Okay.
It's full pool.
Yeah.
That lake is changing drastically.
It is.
I mean, there's even running out of the river, going towards Lucy's Bayou. You know where the shortcut is right there?
Mhm.
Just past that shortcut, man, that area right there, it's I seen some boats ripping through there today. And I was like, man, they gotta hit a stump right there.
Mhm.
Because there's like a row of stumps that go out to about midways the river right there.
Mhm.
But they were making it.
So you're saying it's about 2.5 feet low now? I'm guessing.
It's pushing 2.5.
2.5, 2.5.
But when we launched, I could, comfortably step down in my boat. But when I went to load up, man, I was like, man, this is horrible.
Mm. Where
And
did you
even
put in?
Ponderosa.
Okay.
That's where I've been launching at.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a fairly deep ramp. I mean, even during the drought in 2011, you could still launch there.
Mhm.
And back then it was really low. It was probably 4-5 foot low then.
It looks like it's still pretty muddy too. Like that's been.
It seems like it would be cleared up with as low as it is, but no, it's still highly off color.
Mm.
Murdoch, I totally agree with you, brother. I totally agree with you. JR says Joey needs a brighter background or a lighter color shirt. His head is just
JR,
floating.
I gotta highlight who I'm representing over here, man. Gotta make them horns glow.
So I see where's that comment at? Right here. Kristen asked, where's Lucy Bayou at? It's kind of hard to explain. I will tell you this. I know you heard me talking about the shallow water just now. It's very tricky getting into Lucy's right. It's always been tricky, but it's very tricky right now. That big sandbar right there, if you're not careful, I mean, it got some big, if the wind is blowing, it got the water chopped up really bad because it's just rolling over the bottom of that sand, over the top of that sandbar. But if somebody hit that, they're gonna be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to going into Lucy's Bayou is like a Z. Christian, if you pull up any map of Lake Houston, it's on the north end of the lake, north of 1960, and it's just a creek, and it's before the East Fork, but it'll be labeled on just about every single map Lucy Bayou. Desmond say that he's going to be fishing Lucy. I've been seeing him out there a couple of couple of
Okay.
times. So, but man, y'all be careful out there. Yeah, I'm seeing boats ripping and running, man, but I can't do it.
Which boat is Desmond in?
The center console.
Okay.
He's in a white center console.
Big teal blue umbrella in the summertime?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I've seen him before. We've seen each other before, Desmond.
Yes, sir. There's Tommy. Where you been, man?
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, guys, want to drop in a thumbs up for the best crappie knowledge in Texas. We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, Tommy.
Nice hearing from you, dude.
Yeah.
Want to be outdoors.
They want to be.
Murdoch say, I got a friend has fished eagle the last 2 days. He's wading in 2 foot of water, and they there. He sent me the pics.
Same thing, Grenada. They already got waders on, wade fishing.
Yeah.
They do guide trips, wade fishing.
Well, I didn't take pictures of the gators are out.
Mhm.
I've only seen 2 snakes so far.
Right.
But the gators are out. I won't be wading Lake Houston nor Conroe anytime soon. Anytime soon. Even if it's the only way I can catch crappie. We'll wait.
We got some big ones.
Even bank fishing's kind of dangerous, ain't it?
Nah, I mean, if you're on the bank, you just watch out for snakes. But yeah,
I didn't know.
I'm not getting
crocs will come up on land. And
I mean, they'll come up on land, but I don't think they'll come up to mess with
on the water. So
yeah, I mean, dude, I highly doubt that they'll mess with you, but I don't want to take the chance.
Right.
I don't want to take the chance.
LBG's in the audience. He just joined. Yep.
LBG.
What's up, man? Good, man.
Good.
You been fishing?
Give us a fishing report. I know you been.
I ain't been, so I can't give no information. I ain't been. I'll be tomorrow, though.
I just got out of work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
tell me. Back together?
Huh?
Get your boat back together?
Not quite.
Yeah.
Not quite.
I know I was working on mine. Somehow I have a warning gauge. You know, when you turn your key, your warning lights come on, whatever. Yeah. And on the back side of them, all your gauges, you have that metal clip that holds your tight. Yeah. Oh, somehow that one just fell off, went somewhere. So I had to make my own bracket today, and I finished that today. I was in the shop like 35 minutes. I had to fab the bracket, cut it, and I was sweating like crazy. That's how hot it was today. 86 degrees.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. In the shop, it was probably 90 something.
Did that front cool y'all off any, or was it still warm?
No, it was 80 something. No, it was to the south of us, so it didn't even hit us.
Oh, okay, okay.
It looked pretty mean too. It wasn't that big, but it was pretty mean.
Yeah.
We're in a severe thunderstorm warning, though. It was about 10 miles south of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the last storm, man, it was bad. A guy died maybe 20 minutes from me. A tornado got his RV, flipped it 10 times. Yeah. And then it flipped six 18-wheelers 2 miles from me, flipped them over on the freeway. They were driving them, what they call crosswinds. Yeah. 80-mile-an-hour crosswinds. Just pushed them semis over.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then pop-up storms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead.
JR saying that he was out Monday. I had a trip Monday. And that's basically all we were doing was just picking them off the bottom and the ones that were under the structure.
You ever try weedless jig heads like with the wide?
No.
I don't think it'll help anyway.
No. My clients today, they fish a lot, and once I see, I try. I'll make it happen. With getting the jig in the structure, if the client is capable of doing so.
Right.
And the guy today, man, I'm telling you, he was a good crappie fisherman.
Right.
So we dropped in there. I mean, we made those fish bite today.
Right.
When we were on Conroe yesterday, we talked to several people, man. Everybody blank.
Oh man.
Yeah.
A lot of people. What does a crappie look like? You know,
Mm.
they and then I'm up there cleaning fish on the tailgate. I was like, man, where'd you get them from? You catch them shallow?
Mhm.
Everybody's thinking shallow,
Mm-hmm.
but no, they're not shallow.
Hmm.
They're not shallow.
Oh, that's right. You guys got a tournament this weekend, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Gibbons
just
Creek.
thought of that. Yeah, Crappie Anglers of Texas got a tournament on Fork.
Yeah, I've been telling everybody I'm not going so
Oh,
that they'll show up.
You have the reigning champ, right? You're the reigning champ.
Yeah, I got a couple guys I already say, no, you got to be there because we want to beat you. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's make it.
As long as they bring their money, right?
That's right.
Did you hear a side bet going on or something?
Let's get
That's what I would do.
150.
I'd be like, hey, we can do side bets too. I like them.
LPG's supposed to be going too.
That side bet will pay for my gas.
Exactly.
$150 on.
Yeah.
You said
Don't
it's
worry
going
about
to $2.5.
that. Hey, don't ever ask what it costs to enter. Always ask what is the winning. What is the payout?
What do you say? 2.5 hour drive? That's some side bet money right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Joey, you ever fish Gibbons Creek?
No, I've wanted to try it a million times. I've thought about it, and
Yeah.
it's kind of, I don't know. I guess I'm too opportunistic. I pass too much water on the way, so
Yeah.
that's But no, I've heard good things about it. I thought somebody bought that out and privatized
Yeah,
that.
It is.
Probably
It
did.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, the tournament is by invitation only. So I mean, everybody that I know, I've been, hey, you're in. Let's go.
Okay.
And the way they got it on that lake is what you catch, you keep. There will be a lot of people there. I don't ever keep any of the fish out of Gibbons.
Mm.
But I think I gave 27 or 28 crappie away, plus the 7 big fish that I had.
Are they overpopulated in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
blind Ray Charles can go out there and catch a limit.
Okay.
It's that lake.
Yeah.
Even using red and white.
Even using red and white.
Man, that's impressive. That's impressive.
You can ask LBG. I don't ever use red and white, but I think you used red and white out there before, didn't you, LBG?
Yeah, I done caught them.
Red and,
I done caught them on both of them. All of them.
red and chartreuse, I think. Joe Poole. Man, we
Joe Poole.
slammed 2-man limits with that bait.
Wow.
Yep. I don't know what it was, but they wouldn't touch nothing except that. Yep.
I have
Somebody I knew a guy that was fished Livingston a lot for crappie, and he swore by red and chartreuse.
Yeah. There's a lot of people use it. Yeah.
Every now and then something like red chartreuse and black, like a 3-color soft plastic.
Yeah.
Went with that a lot, but obviously
I put some red glitter in the red, so I give it a little sparkle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times on fish, just the flash they like.
Mhm.
That's why a lot of the dust colors work.
Yeah,
It's just
and
the
on
flash
some
of-
days, like if especially like a hand tie, you got a little flash in the tail.
Mm-hmm.
Some days the exact same jig, the one without flash will work.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's
it's
weird.
crazy how they're that particular.
It's just like colors. You'll be smoking on a color. All of a sudden it stops.
Yeah.
What makes it stop like that? That's what I
Yeah.
don't understand.
Yeah. Well, I've been seeing a lot of it this week.
Yep. Yeah,
Up
thumbs
until-
up. Everyone hit thumbs up.
Up until 11 o'clock Monday.
Yep.
Awesome bite. Awesome bite.
Yep.
11 o'clock hit, I start seeing that current. We struggled
Let's see how many
to find fish. It was a good thing that we got on them good that morning. I think they had probably 30 in the box before 11.
Cool.
And when 11 hit, the struggle was real. Just like today, when I seen that current, I was like, that's not good. And you get in the slack water areas,
31 thumbs up.
they're just not there.
Come on, you got to hit more thumbs up.
I sure appreciate it.
Yep, then
You
we
gonna
get
call
the
today?
more thumbs up we get,
Houston.
the giveaways happen. The
What
more
time
we-
did you get finished today, SK?
Oh, it was late.
Oh,
It was
so
probably
you-
2:30.
You got to play with the current and the wind then.
Oh
because
yeah. That
it
wind
came up
picked up.
about
It got
lunchtime.
up. It got up strong. Yeah, it got up strong. You know, if I was talking a while ago that usually on a day that's tough for me, you know, when I get done with the client, I'll go back out. You know, tough days, I'm not. You know, I'm the one that'll say, hey, let's go a couple hours. Let's put in a couple more hours, get you a good set. But to sometimes they're ready to go, and they're happy with the sack that they got.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
today those guys are like, hey man, let's just do it. We got all day, let's do it.
Nothing wrong with that.
But man, it was slim pickings, very slim pickings.
And they were just buried in. They were
Yeah.
dug in.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were talking about them being deep in the structure. You know, Chuck made mention right here that he was using a 1/8 in heavy structure. In heavy structure, using a heavy jig is a lot better because if you do get snagged on the limb, usually you can shake that jig and it'll come off. You got better potential of getting your jig back versus if you're using a 32nd. That hook point has to do is touch a limb, and you're gonna lose it.
All right.
Craig say he saw the green. I'm way behind on these comments. Chuck say water temp still 46, 47 up there. Wow.
Man.
Okay.
Still
Craig,
cool.
you ever jump in that pond and figure out what temperature yours is?
You got a thermometer. You know, they got them floating thermometers. I used to use them in my live wells.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But now, you know, the new boats have digital, the temperature on their dash, what the live well temps are.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just reminded me of something. Last time I was out, my live well pump stopped working.
Oh, man.
I forgot all about it. I got to look dig into that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Probably full of mud from dragging the bottom.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Wayne say he went fishing.
Oh, cool.
He said the lake he fished was low and reeds took over.
Mm.
Andre
Bell, what's happening, man?
Craig says still in the barn, headed to the house for the rest of on the night.
Cool.
Been a long day, week. Bad stain. Biggest crappie, almost 3 pounds. Sardis. Yeah, you on that lake, brother.
Yeah, that's a big lake.
Yep. There's Miss Bertha.
Hey, Miss Bertha.
Hey, Miss Bertha.
You're going to be at Crappie Fest, right, Miss Bertha?
You know she coming.
No.
You know she going to be there. JR says it's lower today than Monday, and it went down 3 inches since Monday. Seemed like lower than it's lower than that, man. I'm gonna tell you, I almost had to sit on the bulkhead at Ponderosa to get out of the boat.
Wow. I can't imagine how hard it is at Waterside then.
It's low.
Oh, it's down, man. When I was cleaning those fish today, I was like, how did those guys lunch? I don't know how they lunched.
The last lake I went to, I can't remember. I had when I got out of my truck, my side step deployed, and I actually had to get in the water coming out of my door. Yeah, and that hasn't happened in a long time.
Still running around.
How deep they
Listen, not how careful he is to not hit a stump or run aground.
Oh,
yeah. When the lake is up, I can run it. I'm scared of it when it's low like this.
Line with chartreuse.
There are some areas that I'll run, not many.
Right. Yeah, when the lake's
Line
low, they plant all them trees when it's a full pool. The lower the lake gets, the more dangerous it gets.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Especially a lake.
Every lake. That's how the Corps engineers build lakes.
Yeah.
We run over some areas that they're boat lanes, but they're minefields
Right.
on the bottom with stumps and stick ups and everything else. Regular depth, those stick ups are about 4 foot deep,
Right.
but with it like it is now,
Yeah,
they're only
that,
2 foot down
yep.
there. You know,
And then you
perfect.
got waves and your boat going up and down.
Yep. So
But there's some, Joey. I can't tell you how many stumps I've hit with my trolling motor, or even lay down up the river, up past 2100. There's a lay down that goes. There's as far as I could go, all the way across the bayou.
wow,
And I was coming up to it, and I was like, "What is that up there?" And it's
Mm.
a whole tree sideways to bayou.
Wow.
If
that's
somebody
normally
run across
under.
that, if somebody ran across that right now, they gonna feel it.
Mm,
They're definitely going. There ain't no missing it.
Mm. That's
But
cool.
all day you hear boats ripping and running.
yeah,
But it's no different than the guy that was on top of the sandbar. His boat was on the sandbar so far when they was rocking it trying to get it off. The boat was it was doing this because it was a V hull, and I mean
mm.
he had to have been really running.
Right.
He was coming like he was coming out of Lucy's and into the
No, he was
mouth.
coming from the main lake running into the river,
Okay,
smack dab in the middle of the mouth of the river.
so he was. I was about to say he must have been a little too far left of the stump that's sticking up, but he was all the way left of it
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah, yep. Yeah, I was moving around out there. I even hit a stump, shut my motor off. Now I'm idling though,
Mm-hmm.
but I hit it and it shut my motor off.
Because
And I'm
that,
trimmed up
yeah,
and still hit the stump.
because the pass by that runs pretty close to that stump is a lot of. I realized this recently. That's actually a zigzag. That's not even a straight shot. It kind of kicks out and then comes back a little bit in the deepest part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a lot more studying of the last time I went out, I made sure I had the most current version of the updated maps
Yeah.
on my Garmin, and I was studying the contours heavily because I knew anywhere it said 8 foot, it was really 6, and so on and so forth. If you're lucky that it's even accurate with
Yeah.
a lot of the dirt that's moving.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. Lake Houston bottom contour changes so much during these floods
Yep.
that, man, even though a map shows you where a channel is, you still, if you've never been through it, you got to idle.
I miss back when the mouth of the river had that big island
Exactly.
that
Great
that
fishing on both sides of it.
yeah, I mean you'd run. I mean, there were guys that trolled circles around that thing for hours, just
Yep.
um
Me and Bluegill were one of them.
yeah,
Fishing out.
that was
I can't tell you the amount of limits I've caught from around that island, and now it's just
mm-hmm.
garbage right there.
Well, it's not even the island is now the sandbar.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
That's
the
where all that
start
dirt
of it.
came from.
Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they spent all that money on the mouth of that river it was a waste.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the same as what they're doing in the West Fork right now.
Is that dredge still out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm.
Yes, sir.
He probably can't get out. If he was done, he
No,
probably
not
can't
now.
move.
Yeah, I doubt they can get out of there now.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. Oh, Murdoch said he's been bit by a snake before. I almost lost my leg. You can have every fish in the lake if I got to wade. Gator don't scare me. Snakes do.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid of much.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of snakes, especially in the creeks.
Yeah, they got.
Oh, yeah.
They all right.
Yes, sir.
So
Craig messing with you.
So
Red
Bluegill, been fishing
River
a
Raw.
little bit, right?
yeah, up on a bank.
That's cool, man.
Red River.
With a cork.
Yeah, caught
Where you been fishing at?
And they wacky.
Like no
I can tell you, everybody, mama know
Hey,
about it.
I'll tell you this. Right now in the Houston area, Old Turtle Bayou is the spot that everybody is going to.
Yeah. You're gonna catch you some fish. But I'm gonna tell you
Yep,
this. Everybody that's going down there
not
ain't
catching
catching
fish.
fish.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But I
that's
heard from
crazy
4
to me.
people yesterday that said they caught their first limit ever, and 2 people today that's decent fishermen say that they got limits out there.
Hey, I done seen some people. I'm like, hey, how long you been out here? I've been out here since 7 o'clock this morning. How many you got? 3.
Yeah. But what they doing, sitting on a bucket?
Sitting on a bucket of lawn chair, throwing
That
showers.
don't
I
want to
was,
put their work in.
I'd have been gone.
Yeah. But not only been gone, at least move around.
You got to move around.
Yeah, a lot of people want to put it there. Oh, they'll be here after a while. They coming. They gonna come through. I'm not looking for a fish to come through. I'm gonna go find them jokers.
I'm sticking my pole down through vines where ain't nobody else
Exactly.
fishing,
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
killing them. You can't even get the jig down the water quick enough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that about fish. Man, if you're not catching, man, you got to move.
you got to move. They don't go for just for a boat. It's on the bank too.
Yeah. Exactly. More so on the bank than on a boat.
Everybody gonna stop where everybody they see. If it's 5 people right here, it's about to be 6 people.
Yeah.
So they're gonna stop right there
Exactly.
with
Because if it's a nice, clean cut path to get to it, and they can set that bucket there and sit on it, that's where
they
they
gonna
want to
stop.
go.
They're gonna stop.
That's where they want to go. Red
I'll
River
be back
Raw,
in
man, what's up? This
my
dude here
boat
just
next week.
wait, say again.
I'll be back in my boat next week or the weekend.
Cool.
You show?
I'm positive.
I was gonna line you up beside two other guys that just done quit fishing. I ain't gonna call no names because one of them on here. I ain't gonna call no names. He gonna get mad at me.
I'm going. I'm going. I'm going to get that boat out the garage. I mean, out the storage and put all my stuff together.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, Red River Sea went out last Saturday on Lake Houston and managed 8 over two
cool.
pounds in
Moving through
heavy
fine.
brush,
Sweet.
Yeah, some weight.
13
Yep.
feet in high winds.
Cool.
I win.
There's Mark. What's going on, my man?
Hey, Mark.
Man, I'm so far behind.
What's up, Super Day?
The giveaway from last week, he texted me, said he got him.
Cool. You
I don't know if he put him to work yet.
you fishing tomorrow,
I am.
Joey?
No, I'm on the final edges of getting my real estate license nailed down. So
Really?
I'm doing a
Cool.
bunch of stuff I'm actually meeting with a sponsoring broker tomorrow because I'm gonna jump in with that agency. My wife's a real estate agent, so we're gonna partner up.
Cool.
That's good.
Cool.
Yeah, my mom did it for about 10 years.
Cool.
Pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Red and white.
LBG won't go to Gibbons unless
Tomorrow I'm gonna use a red jig. I'm gonna bring a red jig tomorrow. I'm going big fish hunting tomorrow again.
They gonna hit it.
I was going to fork, but then I decided not to.
Oh, I thought.
Next week.
Okay.
Hey,
Roadhog, what's happening, brother?
Is Tawakoni your home lake, Steve?
No, I'm more toward Waxahachie area.
Okay.
Tawakoni's like an hour and a half.
Okay.
It ain't that far.
Not crappie, but I saw a guy, first time I guess ever. The same fisherman caught a sharelunker twice.
Oh man, yeah, they got some
So
big old fish over there.
yeah, so he I don't remember. It was about 14. I think it was close to a 14 pounder. But he's registered that same fish before already, and he caught it again.
Man,
What?
Wow. Al Booster. I told you. There she goes.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh yes, I'll be there."
more than likely that Thursday night because I'm gonna get there Wednesday. That way I can set up. But either Wednesday or Thursday. Just hit me up for Bertha.
Chip,
Bluegill, you're going right? Fork?
I'm thinking about it.
Oh man. If you ain't going, I'm not going. Joey, you going, right?
I will not be able to make it.
Oh man.
I know. That improves y'all's chances though. So
we
It's
want
gonna
more
be a lot
money
of-
in the pot.
I think they say estimated 300 boats right now.
wow.
I think the
It's going to
highest
be a
I've
lot of
seen,
fun. I
like
know. I know it'll be a lot of
360 is
fun.
the most I've seen, and I
Yeah.
think they're gonna have 400 this year.
Yeah.
That's my bet
Man,
Yeah.
because they're doing a lot more promoting, and
Exactly.
it's a lot
Yep.
bigger. And
Yep.
And hey, whoever's doing the write ups for y'all sponsorships
yeah,
is
it's
doing a
good
really
stuff.
good
Yep,
job.
yep. Cassandra, yeah, she's putting a lot of work in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read over mine. I was like, man, is she talking about me for real?
Yeah, she's good. Yep, she's
She did
good.
an awesome job,
Yeah.
man.
And speaking of that, SK is going to be on their live tomorrow night, sharing his
7:30,
knowledge.
right?
Yep,
Comes on
7:30 on
7:30.
Facebook.
Yep.
7:30.
I'll share it on Limits Tackle, and
Yeah.
then we'll share it on Houston too. So
Crappie Fest
anyone can
page.
find
I
it.
think
Yep.
is it live on Crappie Fest page now? Or is it still
I
under
think it's
Joey
probably
Hancock?
but I'm gonna share it on Houston. Just
Okay.
go to Houston area, and then I'll share it there too.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll make sure it's shared all over.
Yeah.
And if
Mr.
you need
Pack.
a link, just send me a message or a text.
Right. Right. Mr. Pack one say he went Monday practicing boat control, launched at Ponderosa. I could not believe how fast some of the boats were going, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I know
Yeah,
I got to
tomorrow
About
should be fun. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what I can talk about on Lake Fork. It's just that I got the mentality of have that question mark on my forehead,
Mhm.
and that's the way I attack every day on these crazy lakes down here. If I can go and catch fish on Lake Houston right now, I know I can catch some fish on Lake Fork. So
Don't them bragging rights feel good?
what?
Being able to say that. Well, if I'm catching on Houston, I can catch anywhere.
That's what makes Houston so great. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I won't give up on it. It's a lake that run people away, and you know that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there are some guys that's so timid that they can't handle the pressure. They cannot handle the pressure. What you say, LBG?
What's that? Handle pressure on.
Lake Houston.
Oh, yeah. They don't give it enough time. You got to put a little time in on it.
Yep.
That's it. You know,
Lake Houston, that lake that's going to train you to move. It's going to train you to make changes.
you got to do
It's going
that.
to train you to. You have to, control your jig. You got to give it certain actions sometimes. Those are things It's a must.
That's why I got to get out
Not
there. I
only
want
on.
to see how low this lake is.
Oh,
Y'all
it's
saying it's
bad.
really low.
I'm bad. It's bad.
It's bad. I got to get out
Those
there.
cypress trees looking white at the bottom.
It's been out of water for a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been out of water
Weeks.
for a while.
It's been down
Yeah.
weeks now.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of those areas of the lake don't even look the same, man.
Hmm.
They don't even look the same.
That's crazy. I'm about to go check it out.
It scares me.
Hmm.
It scares me. BRTP say, hey there, SK and Steve, and
Hey,
to all crappie
BRTP.
fishermen, if you need a new cooler, I have brand new igloo coolers.
Oh, cool.
SK have two. I do. I can't show you
Okay.
now. They
Yeah.
in my garage, but I'll be
What's
putting
that?
them to work soon.
Cool.
What size?
All sizes. I
Oh,
got
so
a 52 and a 72. I got the 72 first, thinking it would work on my boat, but it's too big.
could be.
Just to double that, you do the IMX, I think it is, the igloos,
Hmm.
and the BMX igloos, the double wall with the insulation.
Yeah.
I don't know why he ain't put his contact information on there. How they supposed to look you? How they gonna look? Oh, if you're on Instagram, you can find him. I think.
I ain't know.
I don't know no other way of messaging. BRTP, put your number out there, man. Gerald said I had used my Lowrance to scan Lucy. It was on CMAP, social map, Joey, on the website. CMAP.
Yeah,
Hey, I seen
you
JR.
download it.
I seen JR out Monday, right? And when
Mhm.
I got close enough to his boat, I had to do a triple take. Where you get that pole from? I thought you put your transducer on your trolling motor.
Oh, you had a pull back. Oh man.
But he's running both. He said he used both.
Oh.
I had to do a triple take, and
Mhm.
I, I hope I didn't come across the wrong way. But I just remembered me and him talked about it already, and he said he's running two different ones.
He was hard concentrating in a hole as I was driving by on the overpass by Ponderosa, and I honked at him about 4 times.
Never
Messed
looked
him
up.
up a little.
Did he look up?
Yeah, he looked up.
Okay.
And then I texted him for good measure just to make sure he stayed distracted.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. For him, say I can deal with snakes. Don't mind the alligators, but the spiders here in Texas will make you draw down on them.
Mm.
That's funny. Murdoch says 2018 took a week off work in April, went afternoon before found 3 shell cracker beds. I'm like, oh, I like got 5 days to work on them. Oh, he says I'm like I got 5 days to work on them. Lunch the next morning was stepping in the boat 6-foot timber rattler. Got
Oh,
me on
man.
the angle. Wow.
Dang.
I wonder if he was riding with you the day before.
Mm.
He was telling you, don't you crank that motor up.
I have him on the wall.
You know, I always keep my storage compartments open on my boat, even when it's in storage. And I often think about that. I always look in there before I just stick my hand in there grabbing stuff, because you just never know.
Yeah, they could be there.
Yeah, yeah. You park your boat at a bulkhead, go park your truck or whatever. It don't take them long to get in your boat.
Mm-hmm.
2018. Do you have any complications from that bite, Murdoch, or have you 100% recovered? I know some people that say that the pain never goes away.
Mm.
Craig says, son-in-law taking the day off tomorrow, so we fishing. There you go.
Cool. Fishing. Yep. I'll be on the lake tomorrow.
Yep, Mr. Pack One. I almost highly advise floating your boat off. Tie a long rope to it
Mm-hmm.
and float it off. Float it off your trailer. Tie one end to your boat, the other end to your trailer. Back it into that boat floats off. Pull your trailer up a little bit. Get out your truck, grab the rope, go tie it off to the bulkhead. Conroe's full pool. I made a run up to Stubblefield yesterday. Didn't have any issues. Didn't even tick a stump. I didn't run all the way. There's a stretch up there about 200-300 yards that you have to idle through. But we did a lot of moving around yesterday on Conroe too to get what we got.
They don't like to aggravate the tax dollars on Conroe. You won't see them mess with that
Yeah.
lake too much.
No, nowhere near like Houston.
Mm-mm.
The water is more valuable in Houston than anywhere else. They don't care about nothing else. They just, want to make it to where they make money off that water. But they, it does supply water to a lot of different communities.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it's important. I'm not saying don't worry about the drinking water, but I think it could be served as multi-purpose.
Did I read right? They were adding 11 gates.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's adding 11, not adding 8 to the 4.
No,
but adding. So it's going to
Yeah.
be 15 gates.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And from what I read, it's not the overflow dam part of it. You know, where the part down where the control station is,
Mm-hmm.
where it's all like a rock bank. I think that's where they're going to be at, from what I've read.
Okay. Speaking of crappie fishing and that rock bank, y'all didn't hear this from me. When I was a kid and it would flood, my dad, we'd go down there because crappie get stuck in those rocks and the water would recede down. Don't do it. It's illegal, people. It's not. I don't recommend you trying it. But he called it crappie in the rocks, and you just walk out there and you'd see their tails kind of sticking up out of the water between the rocks because they just got stranded in there. So did that a few times.
Yeah. That sounds like a good way to get bit too.
It is a good way to get bit. It's a real good way to get bit.
Yeah.
Because they're hanging out down there too.
Yeah. My client today showed me I've never seen one on Lake Houston. But they seen a big old, look like a alligator snapping turtle. floating on the water. So they went back and got it in the boat just to take pictures with it. Biggest turtle I've ever seen.
Wow.
They get big.
But I didn't know alligator snappers was in Lake Houston. This is the one with the big spikes on his back. So
Okay.
it's an alligator snapper.
Yeah.
Head was like this.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Bertha say she went fishing foot deep all this evening. And
Okay,
another thing
cool.
too, speaking
Poverty
of
Point. Okay.
yeah, Poverty Point. Speaking of that, my client, you know, I was telling you, my client there was in that 2 foot of water yesterday. It was right when the sun was going down when he caught those fish super shallow. So I'm
Hmm.
willing to bet it's nighttime action,
Mm-hmm.
strong nighttime action in that shallow water.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
a big tip,
that's when I've been catching most of my fish here
late
at the
evening.
house is, right basically as soon as the sun has fully set,
Uh huh.
it turns on.
Hmm.
Really?
It turns on. Yeah, that's yesterday. Yesterday I caught that one that was just under 4 pounds. That bass that was just under 4 pounds
Mm-hmm.
that I sent you a picture of,
Yeah.
and it was. I mean, it was. I got her back in the water and wrapped it up because it was getting too dark to see.
Yeah.
But it's all of them, and I got fish coming up with flat bellies. So I've got fish that are already laying
Already
eggs here.
spawned out. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing some fish too. The spawn is definitely good. You know, it's happening right now. It's just not heavy right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think once the weather stabilizes and this water level stabilizes, if they find a comfortable area, I think it's going to be on and popping.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of the guys that bank, there's a lot of bank fishermen out there that's there's this one guy on the page. I mean, he's just constantly talking about where to go, where to go, where to go. The thing is, don't worry about where everybody else is going. Make your own way as long as it's open to the public. Get in there, wet your jig, wet your minnow, whatever. Move along those banks, fish different times. Right now, it seems that the super early morning and late afternoon is where the bite is. We still catching fish throughout the day, but it is a strong struggle. Uh, and this is with the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And on Conroe yesterday, when I went back out scouting, 25 foot of water, and these fish were still buried in the structure,
Hmm.
buried in it. And there's no way I could have did that with clients. There's no way. I had to get rid of my split shot. And like Murdoch said a while ago, I think that was Murdoch that mentioned that he went to a 1/8. I went to a 1/8 head and put it in the structure, and thump, there we go. But how do you do that with a client without them, you know, losing 1,000 jigs?
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. I hate this time of year.
I think you said that before. I want to say I've heard you say that before.
Yes, sir. Murdoch says, heck, if catching fish was easy, why would you want to do it? The thrill of the kill is secondary to the challenge of the
That's right.
chase. I totally agree. I've said you got to enjoy the hunt.
Yeah.
No, it is not. Lake Conroe's full pool. Full pool. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop Tootsie Roll? I was up to 3,247 licks until I got fired by Doge. Dang on Craig.
Elon got you, Craig. Elon got you.
Murdoch said he was under a John boat upside down on the bank. He came out from under that. He died traumatically by left ankle. Oh, he says my left ankle stay swollen. Okay, that's what I've been. That's what I was saying. Don't have pain, but the blood vessels were damaged.
A venom's no joke.
It is no joke, and it don't take long.
Mm-mm.
It does not take long. 14 vials of antivenom to stop the swelling. That's a lot. The snake did die a very traumatic death. His 13 rattlers and 3 buttons are hanging on in my man cave. Hey, I'll tell
That's
you
right.
what, I would have done the same. Okay, Miss Birch say that's the way it was this evening. Yep, late evening bite.
Hmm.
The snake that got me was obviously coming out of hibernation, skin grown over his eyes. Head was about 8 inches wide, but he was skinny as a rail. Basically, hungry and irritated, gave me the full
Damn.
load. Wow.
Hmm.
JR says, hey, SK, do you hate this? I think so, Mr. JR. I do believe so. Danny says SK is the freshwater canal open on Lucy. No, it is not. Not that I've seen. And I'm waiting to hear somebody going back there. I'm thinking that thing is about filled in from what I've seen. It's going to be super shallow back there from what I've seen.
Hmm.
Is that the inlet from the Trinity? Is
Yeah,
that what he's talking about?
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know that little, you know where it is, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know where they opened it up. It's on the backside of that island
That
up the
island, right?
bayou.
Yeah. So LBG, you know where that, you know where it is too, right?
Yeah.
You know, I used to fish around that island.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you come around that corner from Ponderosa, that
Yeah.
island that's right there, I used to fish around a lot,
Left hand
especially on the
side.
backside of it.
On your left.
Yeah, when the water get back up, it's gonna be about 3 foot behind it.
Yeah.
I was hitting bottom, and usually
Yeah.
it's seven. In some areas there was 9 foot
Yeah.
back there.
Yeah. That's crazy.
This lake is changing drastically, man.
You think when they close the dam gates, they're gonna open that up and use some of that water to fill it back up, or they just gonna
I'm
wait for
I'm not. They said rainwater's gonna fill it up.
just let
That's what
it?
I heard.
We
Okay.
ain't getting no rain, ain't gonna be in the bind.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we got rain predicted Friday and Saturday, I think.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't. You know what? I wasn't on. Has anybody seen Miss Stephanie?
Yeah, she was
Okay.
on.
Last
Was it
week.
last week?
I
Yeah,
wasn't on. I was out last week.
I think
So
yeah.
she won something last week.
okay.
Okay, yeah. Any
Hmm.
of you guys that would like to jump on the boat and experience using the latest and greatest fishing electronics, this is my contact information. I guarantee you a good time out there. I guarantee you a good sack of fish, and we'll definitely have fun, and you will catch fish. This is my contact information if you'd like to book a trip. Craig says that hurt just hearing that. Yep,
Hmm.
I agree. Murdoch says SK, we should get together during the spawn during the spawn crap and go catch speckled trout and redfish.
Hmm.
I could probably find a flounder or two to boot. What you think? My clients, I had an invite today for this weekend, but I'm too tied up for it to go to Toledo Bend. Um, and also, my clients today invited me to go speckled trout fishing with them.
Hmm.
But the more frustrated I get with these crappie, the more I want to chase crappie. I can't make it make sense, but tough days make me want to get back out there.
It's just too far to go down there for 5 fish for me. Speckled
Three,
trout. It's 3?
Yeah, they
three.
reduced it.
Oh,
you on the other the old
Yeah.
cutback. It's
When
You
they,
about
when,
you
three.
about you about 2 years late there, bud.
Exactly.
oh man.
see that they ain't doing make somebody out of outlaw.
That's well, not only that, that's why so many people on Houston and Conroe right now.
Mm-hmm.
First part,
People are
yeah.
not making that drive down there for 3 fish.
Nah, shoot.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once they take it, you never get it back.
Mm-mm.
You never get it back.
No, you won't.
Greg
That's
said they getting a bad storm Friday night too. Friday night into Saturday. There's Alfred.
Hey, Alfred.
Oh, Murdoch says 15 specks. Where you at? Where's Murdoch at? He's not in Louisiana, is he? No,
Mississippi,
he's
I think.
Mississippi. Yeah,
There's
I think he's in
15 people
Mississippi.
the boat.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's like Oklahoma. They can get most places 37 crappie a day.
Yeah. If I go Murdoch, I'd prefer sheephead over trout. Tell you the truth.
I never had sheephead. They say it's good.
Fine eating.
They say it's good.
That's a good fish, yeah.
Craig says he will guarantee a good time on his boat because he will have a pole dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, sheephead are pretty readily available. They're not hard to find.
Right.
You can go up to a piling or bulkhead or something like that, and one easy trick is if you got a shovel or something, scrape some barnacles off,
Exactly.
and then if you drop a little piece of shrimp down on a smaller hook, that'll usually do the trick.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Pack One used to be a diehard saltwater fisher guy too, and he's made the move. Mr. Pack One, have you listed? He got a really nice Nautic Star center console that if he haven't sold already, he's supposed to be posting the pictures and info on the page. He's going to put that up for sale. He has purchased him a brand new Z19 Nitro.
Okay. Bass Pro Shop sending me so many catalogs. They're trying to get me to right now.
Yeah. I want to make a change, but man, I've been looking at those new Nitros. I don't know. That monthly note, it feels good not to have any notes right now.
Mm-hmm. Anybody see what color jig's in that crappie's mouth on LBG's picture?
It ain't red, I guarantee you that.
No, I don't see no red either. Only thing red I see is in the gill flap.
Yep. That was a 2.98 Lake Houston fish.
Oh. He should have blew in her mouth and weighed her again.
Yep. Yeah, I'll tell him that's a 3-pound fish all day long. I claim it's a 3-pounder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, JR was a saltwater guy too until they made all the changes. Yep. Yeah, I've heard that. Man, nobody's gonna pay all that money for speckled trout.
Yep.
They may do a multi-species. Now I'll tell you what, I know some guys that's down there that have clients that go and spend all that money, and they just catch and release. Most guys don't chase specks anymore. I know I sure don't. They're bonus fish now. Yep. I totally agree. Craig say caught it with a minnow. Wait till LBG get back. I'm gonna mess with him. Well, Steve, brother, I know you're gonna hit it tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Get up early tomorrow.
I know it's gonna feel good to be able to go. You gonna spend the full day, or you just going for a few hours?
I go till I accomplish my goal.
Yeah.
Or I don't accomplish my goal.
Yeah. That's what's up. I know it feels good to have your situation back, man.
Yeah.
With your. I know it feels good. Now, I was hoping to be able to get to Fork before, but yeah, I'll have a full week up there. So
You gonna be able to
I've been trying to find a.
That keeps going in and out.
Yeah, I've been trying to find a weather app that would stretch out that far, but I know you can't depend on it. You can barely depend on the next day. So, but
I was gonna go this morning. I had tossed the idea around a few times, and I kind of saw the wind report a few days ago, and it was talking about gusting 30, and so I told my wife, I'm like, no, there ain't no way. I'm not going to deal with that. Not 30s. That's pretty stiff. And she sent me a screenshot of weather app this morning about 9 o'clock, and it was, 2 miles an hour at that time.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What happened to 30?" And then I looked out in the hourly. I'm like, "Oh, about
Mhm.
lunchtime, it's
Exactly.
gonna get after it."
And they were correct. They were
Mm-hmm.
wrong on the miles per hour, but they were correct on the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and you know how Lake Houston is. That wind will blow one direction, hit the wood line, and come back and hit you behind your head. I mean,
Uh,
it was
the
one area we got in. The wind was blowing two different directions at the same time.
That's like a sick joke, isn't it?
No, I'm gonna tell you, it was horrible,
Yeah.
and
And
I had
I
to just. I looked at my clients and say, "Hey, when you get on your boat, you got to detect that wind."
Mhm.
I said, "Do you feel that wind hit you from this side?" He said, "Yeah, I feel it." I said, "Do you feel the wind hit you from this side?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I do. I feel it." Two different wind directions at the same time.
The last time I
Crazy.
was out, the forecast said east wind, and I'm like, I can make it east wind work. That's almost a dream come true on Houston as an east wind.
Yeah.
And I got out there, and I would feel just some slight gust occasionally from the east, but
Yeah.
mostly it was consistent south. And at one time, I had positioned myself because I had to deal with the south wind, a current coming from the north.
Yeah.
Little gusts would come out from the east, and then all of
Oh,
a sudden the wind came southwest. And
yeah.
I'm like, and I mean, I was wash tubbing. It was that was one of those days. I came home and with an attitude, and I told my wife, I said, that lake has officially made me mad. I
Yeah.
am officially in that place. Or I know what you mean when you have a hard day
Yep.
and you want to get back out there again.
Mhm.
There was vengeance in my heart for that
Exactly.
lake that day.
Yep.
It'll do it.
Where's your face? Oh, he's eating dinner.
Yeah. He's over there grubbing. Don't want to share none of his food.
Oh man.
Hey, LBG, you see that picture you got up there for your avatar?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody say you caught it on a minnow.
Yeah. Hey, it was a good one.
First he say that he was looking for that red jig. He couldn't see it, so he said, "No, he caught it on a minnow."
Yeah.
I actually caught that fish on a green. It's like a green. It's a solid green jig with flakes in it. Steve made.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Steve that day. I caught that fish. You know when I caught that fish?
Mm.
It was you, Red River Rob. Y'all was in the mouth of the bayou. I got to the lake late, probably about 12, 1 o'clock that evening.
Uh-huh.
Y'all said y'all wasn't catching much. I started hitting them fish real good.
Yeah.
Right there in front of the island. Yep.
Yeah, I might, Craig.
Super Dave dropping
Super
the links over
Dave.
there. Any of you guys want to get some of the best
Appreciate
baits
the
on the
support.
market?
Yep.
I guarantee you will not be
Yep.
dissatisfied.
I'll be giving out some samples at Crappie Fest.
Also, if you need troll motor, fishing electronics,
Yep.
be sure to
Yep.
give him the
Braid,
opportunity to help you.
hand tie supplies, thread. Yep.
Terminal tackle. Yep.
Yep. If you need anything, Fisher, just hit me up, and if I don't have it, I'll tell you where to get it. Best prices.
Yep. Any of you guys that tie jigs?
Yep. I sell all the supplies, tying kits. Joey, you've been tying?
Not recently, but I got a pretty good collection. When I first started out, I made a billion different color combos, but
Right.
I've pretty much nailed it down to
A few.
10 or less
Yeah.
that are just,
Right.
go-tos. And I find that time of year it seems like color changes seasonally a lot of times. I know conditions will move things around and stuff like that, but for whatever reason, recently it's been pink. Hot white, they'd look at it, but didn't want to commit. And this was my last trip out. Pink was all I could get them to go on, and that's when the blue and pink jig you were tying,
Right.
SK, was working for you.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting on orange to kick in. I want to drop that dreamsicle.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I read one report on from Lake Fork that a guy was catching them on orange.
Okay.
So it may not be long.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't try orange today, but it could have been a color that they would have bit today. But
I
I
gotta
didn't try it.
I gotta get my umbrella rigged up. It's getting to be that time. It's gonna be here before we know it.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's awesome, Murdoch, man. I'm gonna tell you, it's work. It's no different than crappie fishing. It's a challenge. Uh, and the steps it take to make your own sausage. I mean, you have to do some research, and but it turns out better than. And I've used 4 or 5 different processors, and the stuff I make at home is 5 times better.
Just don't put no cheese in it.
I've made 2 batches of summer sausage so far.
They good.
Absolutely in love with it.
They
And I was
good.
supposed to have brought a LBG one without cheese, and somehow I guess I packaged that one wrong.
He
It
didn't
had
want me to
cheese
have
in it.
none. He didn't want me to have none that day.
He still enjoyed it though. He just picked the cheese out.
Oh yeah,
You don't like cheese in your sausage, LBG?
no sir. No,
Just
sir.
on
Hey,
your white bass, huh?
I'll throw the white bass away and eat the cheese.
golly, Murdoch, your next test is to make you some summer sausage. If you like it, it's fun. It's easier than making smoked sausage. To tell you the truth,
What do you
similar.
use? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I was going to ask, what do you use for your to add fat to it when you do your sausage?
Pork fat and some beef fat sometimes,
Okay.
but that's all that's store bought that I'll add, other than the seasoning.
Yeah. I had a buddy come over and use my smoker to cure some sausage he made, and he used pork belly and something he said it was real good. Something he said he did is he said normally I guess they'll do a higher percentage of the pork fat
Mm-hmm.
than the actual venison at a lot of processors. But he flipped his, and I think he went just a
Made
little
it
over
more lean.
60%. Yeah, a little over
Yeah,
60% venison to the pork ratio. And he
yeah.
used pork belly. He'd get a big slab of pork belly from Costco or
Mm-hmm.
Sam's and use that.
Yeah,
Turned out good.
yeah. Yes, sir. Mr. Pack one say you have to spend $50 to catch 3 trout. That's
Dang.
expensive.
Yeah.
That's almost as expensive as crappie.
Almost. Murdoch says if you make sausage out of wild hog, do not. Oh, do you need to mix fat? Yes. Or do you just do what? I don't use any of the wild game. I trim as much fat as their fat does not. It's not like the domestic fat. It has a bitter taste to it.
Mm-hmm.
Barbecue foreman and more says mixed fat. That's right.
Yep.
Oh, Pack one said he loved my sausage too. He tried some of that summer sausage that I made. I think it was summer sauce. Yeah, summer sausage. I think there's some really good stuff, man. It's okay. There you go, Murdoch. Well, guys, my eyes are about closed
Yeah.
over here.
Me too.
We can't see LBG over there sleep right now. That's why he.
Yeah, he's done. I don't hear that fork clinking anymore. He's
Yep.
out.
Well, guys, hopefully we talked about some stuff.
Yep.
I mean, I don't want to make it sound like it's discouraging.
No.
Lake Houston is down. If you go out there just plan on idling, you can move around safely idling. Yes, it may take you a little bit longer to get there, but hey, at least you will get there and back home safe.
Yep.
So, look. I'll say this: before this clear sky, right at full moon deal, I found several fish just parked on the bottom away from the structure. Uh, if you could possibly do a night trip, that may be the thing to do. I'm thinking about trying it as soon as I get a free day. Just going and just playing around, corking it with in the shallows at nighttime. That may be something that I may do. But
Done done that before.
yeah, we done did that and was successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But anybody got anything else to add, Joey? You got anything else?
No, sir. Appreciate you having me. Enjoyed
Without a
talking.
doubt. I thought it was gonna
And
be me and you. Me and Steve ain't talked in what, 2 days?
Yep. Couple days.
Yeah, it's been a couple days, man.
Yep.
And man, I'm gonna tell you, I've been so tired up, man. I'm talking about it's all the way from last week. Oop, 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 oop. Uh-oh, I blew my light out, y'all. Anyway, we're about done anyway. I knocked my light down. I'm sitting there waving my head at all this other crap. It's a small light anyway. But we're about done. I'm over here in the dark now. But go fishing, y'all. It's a good
Yep.
time to be out. And that bank spot that you got could possibly be that magic spot. Don't give up on it.
That's right.
25 pounds of deer to 6 pounds. Yeah, that's about the ratio I use. I'm not good on remembering. I'm good on writing stuff down. So I got a little notebook that I use when I whip that out. I got to remember all my crappie spots. My wife get on me so bad. You remember all them spots out on the lake, but you can't remember my birthday. There's so many things I can't remember, man, but I can remember a stump out there in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
But LBG, appreciate you coming up. You got anything else to add? You want to add anything else?
No, like I said, I'll be out there pretty soon. Like I said, I'm gonna drag. Been working though, man. They got like 7, 8 people on vacation at one time,
Okay.
so it's like 5 or 6 of us left. So
oh, it's spring break.
turning around, going right.
Just save
back.
them sick days for Fork.
Yeah.
I'm probably pretty much gonna go there. I just got to get my mind made up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's spring break right now. A lot of people are taking vacations. So
Yeah, so we
Take
turning
care,
so
Craig.
right now. I'm going right back out first thing in the morning. So
Yep.
Gerald laughed at me, Super Dave over there laughing at me, knocking my light down. I'm not even gonna mess with it. We at the end. Y'all can see me.
all right.
Gerald say I'm going Monday and hope the water level is up. Yeah, I'm not changing any of my
Routine.
lunch spots
All right.
on my trips until the night of, the night before, and I'll talk to my client and say we got to do Ponderosa. I don't want to tear my boat up. So
Nah.
if it goes right, you will see me out there, JR.
you gonna be out Monday?
I'm trying. That's my goal.
Yeah,
It won't be Saturday or Sunday. I know that.
yeah. This
Not
nice
because I don't
weather.
have time. I'm not dealing with the.
Yeah,
I'm not dealing with
weekenders.
the.
And it's spring break.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, that's one good thing. You know, there ain't gonna be ski boats running around right now.
How much you want to bet?
Good for them.
It's gonna be some.
I seen brand new boats today, haul and tail. I was like, oh, they got insurance on, but that still don't. That insurance only cover your burial, it won't cover your life
All right.
if you were to kill yourself.
Yeah.
The worst thing I seen today was that guy that got up on that sandbar, and when he got off the sandbar, he took back off full throttle.
He took off.
First time on the lake, and he out there ripping and running.
That's crazy.
Yep. What you got? You got anything else, Steve?
Nope, I'm good, man.
Well, brother,
Yep.
be careful. Be careful
on
on
the
your
water
drive
tomorrow.
out. Yep, and good luck. I appreciate all you guys coming on.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
And
Yep.
LBG, when you gonna do another video?
Whew. I'm gonna give me another camera, man. I ain't know DJI had 2 more cameras. Go get that DJI 5, Osmos
Oh,
5.
cool.
I can't afford it.
And it was like $300.
I know.
Yeah, I just bought an Apple Watch for $350 today.
Hey, You buying 21-inch screen?
Who bought 21-inch screen?
All right, man. I just heard a little bird told me.
I ain't got no 21-inch screen. Nah, I'm broke, brother.
Oh man.
The weather
Yeah.
keep me broke.
The weather.
Yeah.
I
I
got
probably got to cancel my Friday trip. Where
you.
this
You
weather
gonna,
looking 15 to 25 mile an hour wind, you can't
Mm.
fish in that.
they gonna give you that money on the tournament come Saturday. They give you the money to pay for
Well, you know,
it. You get your donation Saturday.
the way it's looking, it's gonna be some people tag teaming me.
Hey, that's more money.
If
Than
I
more
show,
donation.
I might not even go. I don't know. But anyway, guys,
I gotta look at. I might ride it. I don't know.
as we always say, we'll catch y'all next week.
Yep.
Same time, same flavor. Enjoy all of you coming on,
Yep.
hanging with us, and you guys hang on a minute if you would.
All right.
Super Dave, brother, always appreciate you.
Hey.
Slick, if you're still here, much appreciated, brother. And we will see you guys next week.
Yep. Next week.
All right.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.